Oh. Yes!
Individual weapons have much lower durability. So you can actually break some weapons in a single outing in Dark Souls 2. Especially because there are a lot of nasty areas where enemies cause durability damage. So we're going to try and pull a little sneaky sneak on that. Then we'll come on up here. This little interchange. And make sure we're blocking as necessary. I'm trying to remember how to get past this guy in a comfortable way. I think it's just going to be uncomfortable. So just do this, do that. And he'll get skewered a bit. Okay, we got a second guy who actually came up along for the ride. We want to come over here. We want to watch this guy get clobbered by a rock and then run on past. And subsequent rocks should take care of any other lizards that are following me. There they go. Okay, and here, you want to step on this and then step out of the way. And if the game is being nice, this guy will get hit by some of that stuff. Instead, that didn't happen. I'm just going to kill him. Yeah, the snakes are pretty slow going by and large. We gotta wait for this. This section is awful. I'm not always super good at it. Need to cut that super tight. There we go. And we can just kind of turn this like any which whatever direction. Doesn't really matter unless we get killed. So as a note, try not to get killed. By the way, of course, this next section is going to be the toughest one in Sens Fortress. Okay, trigger that, step back so that we don't get skewered. And then we're going to head on over here to this bridge. So this bridge doesn't really have gaps in between anything, so we just gotta kind of go. And this bit is really rough. I think we can just cut the inside? No, okay. Okay, there we go. And then it's followed up by this bit that is also very rough, because there's a guy who's going to try and shoot us with lightning. But these actually have a bit of a gap in their swing timing, so we can make it through and get up here. Whew! I'm really glad that snake on the staircase let me go by. So we're going to run up here and ignore that item temporarily, and take this drop very slowly and carefully to tag this bonfire. This is the only bonfire in Sens Fortress, and it's very inobvious. Gotta love Sens Funhouse. The first time you play this game, this area is incredibly rough, and I do appreciate it for what it is. It's kind of honest, like, you understand pretty soon in that Sens Fortress is honestly bullshit, and it's not pulling punches on you the whole time. This is a Gygaxian place. It's great. We'll grab a couple items, notably including some large titanite, which is handy. Good to have. And we're gonna get our hustle on. This is one of the first areas in the game where it's particularly easy to farm, like, loose titanite. You can also activate a shortcut here that leads back down to the, beginning area of the fortress, if you want. We'll run across this. We need to move through this entire area relatively quickly, because up on the rooftop, there is a giant who is throwing firebombs at us. Killing this giant is technically optional, but it's a really freaking good idea. So we need to watch his feet so we don't get stomped too many times. We can get stomped a little, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Triggering the bleed on him does quite a lot of damage. He's got a lot of blood after all, so We want to go right under his legs. Any of his arm swings are going to hit in a very frontal way. So if we don't kill this guy, he can throw firebombs at us while we're fighting the Iron Golem, and it's potentially a really bad time. Alright. I'm going to head on through here. I'm going to run across this bridge. We're going to not get killed by that vacuum slice. And he embarrassingly picked us up. Okay, thankfully not dead. Cool. I'm gonna move back a little bit. I only need one drink. Cool. Okay, multiple stomps. I didn't even know about that attack. I don't know much of this guy's patterns. Ouch, is that lethal? Not quite, alright. So after we hit him a certain number of times, he's going to start wobbling, and that's kind of go time. We keep on hitting him. I'm doing a little pivot to let my stamina come back a little bit. And then he's going to fall down. Unfortunately, I did not get him to fall down off the bridge. If you get him to stumble like this while he's on the bridge and he doesn't have a spot to put his backhand, he'll fall to his death at that moment. Instead, we'll just be pummeling him a lot. And it's going to be a slower fight as a result. Grab. Sometimes he's also going to be nice and, like, backstep himself off the ledge. We'll see how he's feeling. Do a kind of vibe check on the Iron Golem. How's it going, bro? Okay, he's stumbling again. We should kill him very easily during the stumble. As you had seen before, it lasts a long freaking time. Alright, I almost got really trolled by that rock, but we're alright. Not the fastest Iron Golem kill, but it works. And this brings us into Anor Londo. Man, Dark Souls 1 bosses are so easy compared to, like, Elden Ring bosses. These guys do not put up the same kind of fight. They are... Sometimes they're just, like, sad sacks hanging out. So these giants have a very small, like, aggro pickup radius, so we can just kind of cruise on by, so long as we're not concerned with grabbing the various items that are around here. On our left in this room is a bonfire. You may notice that it is a nice roaring bonfire. It's because it's got a firekeeper over here. It is able to restore 10 Estus instead of 5 Estus. We can optionally kill her to get a Firekeeper soul, but that's kind of silly at this point. Enjoy a little bit of coffee. We're coming over here. So I think the last session I was doing this, it probably took like 4 hours to get to this point, because I was trying to do some stuff in the catacombs and other things like that, get like a fire weapon or whatever. And this time through I realized, you know what, that's dumb. I'll just get my weapon upgrades from the giant blacksmith. So he's gonna miss. Give me that tail. Ouch. I need to back up a bit. I forgot he has, like, an axe swing flight move thing. I don't remember gargoyle attack patterns, man. They just die like chumps, right? He's gonna reset because I pulled him back too far. He doesn't like to go in the elevator room. We've got the tail cut. He always has to snarl after the tail cut. Ouch. What? There we go. He's dealt with. So this next section is very nerve-wracking. It's another very good example of parts of the level being the boss, more so than the bosses. Oh my god, you are so much more durable in, like, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Elden Ring, you are a chump. It was highly frustrating. Like, this is my SL1 in Dark Souls 1. I can take a dozen hits from all kinds of things, and it's kosher. But you try to do RL1 in Elden Ring, even with, like, a bunch of items, you massage your armor into exactly the right position, and you're still getting made into a $2 chump by all sorts of things, left, right, and center. It was very frustrating. It's like, Dark Souls 1, you have huge margins of error on even an SL1 run. It's actually a very fun little challenge run. Didn't mean to kick him. That's okay. Sometimes we kick. But that can be forgiven. So knocking down this chain isn't really important for our run. But wow. Okay. Knocking down this chain. Okay, it's already been done. With a very dull thud. It's not important for our run, but it gets you the magic weapon spell, which is pretty handy in other runs. You just have to go, like, loot the spell all the way down there. So we want to try to stand at some of these, like, little corner areas. And sometimes these guys are going to want to throw a dozen throwing knives at us and be butts. Oh, he actually broke my guard and killed me. That's a bummer. Oh, this section is awful. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna die? They also have a backstab, by the way. Little note. Yeah, so buy 100,000 souls. Those are gone. Those are gone. I was hoping to carry forward some amount of souls to the giant blacksmith. No deal. I'm gonna get more coffee. Your weapon choices, which is kind of neat. Whoops, dead. Yeah, some of their attacks are gonna knock us back just enough, and we really don't have a lot of ability to roll here. If I was confident... That'll get me. Should I have chosen to dodge instead there? I should have chosen to do a second swing when I caught him on his leap in. That's it. There we go. Shit! Reiterating from earlier, in Dark Souls 1, enemies do not lose collision the moment they die. They lose collision a little bit after they die. Now I don't... Shh! I did it again! I did the same thing again. I'm getting impatient. No! Wait. Okay, I'm not dead. Okay, I think I can survive this. Maybe. I don't remember if that's, like, walkable terrain or if it lets me get back up. But I'm gonna try. I forgot about this guy. Okay, the wall almost trolled me to death. All right, we're through all that nonsense. I also saw, like, the, what's it called? At exactly the moment when I took that embarrassing, like, ledge death for maybe the third time, I had 2 more people jump in on the video. A couple more people jumping in just to see the worst part of my performance. Great. Can I get a plunge on you? No? Alright. Are you sure I can't get a plunge on you? These guys aren't super good at managing verticality. Oh. His pullback made me whiff a bit. Ouch. But yeah, as you mentioned, Lag Strike, we're pretty silly durable on DS1 RL1. We can kind of slap fight a lot of enemies. Come on, man. All right. Huh. Okay, now comes the really rough stuff. So, let me see. Can I even use this in, Okay, I can theoretically swing this one-handed at the same damage, give or take. So, I'm equipping this now, because I need to have access to parry for a thing in a moment. That being said, I am liable to die like 3 or 4 times through this upcoming section. That just happens. These lightning demon guys are a huge pain in the neck. I do not know how to manipulate their AI to make them behave better. They love throwing stuff at me all the time, like that. So sometimes it's just like they're gonna do stuff. Do stuff to my body. Okay. So this, of course, is like the most infamous segment in all of Dark Souls. If you could fall off the ledge, that'd be awesome. Okay, he didn't want to fall the first time, so we had to go a little harder on him. Okay. So the little section with the painters, with the painter guardians, stuck on that for like 8 attempts. This guy, the arrows, I clear it immediately. I actually called that earlier in the run too. I was like, you know what? This is gonna be the worst part, and then the ledge archers will just be fine. I thought I was cursing myself right then and there. Turned out okay. All right. So I've got like half a mind to farm around here for materials, but I mean, I haven't actually run through this section in forever because you can do this. Let's, yeah, get it done. Oh, right, I remapped, I forgot I remapped jump to match the other game behaviors. Excuse me? Hey, buddy, how's it going? Forge your weapons. So he can keep upgrading our reinforced club. And I believe he has large titanite for sale. Yes, he does. So we're going to be buying a bit of this. And to facilitate us buying a bit of this, we're going to burn a number of souls. So, boss souls, when you're doing an SL1, you usually don't want to use your boss souls. Since so much of Dark Souls 1 is technically skippable with glitches, if you've burned your boss souls, you're gonna lose your kill proof. Because you could very well have, like, glitched to the final room and then beaten the game, so your end screen needs to show that you have all the boss souls. Unless you're recording the entire run. So we'll get that up to plus 10, and plus 10 is where it'll be staying for a long time. I think Twinkling Titanite is, what, 8,000 a pop? And I'm holding 2 Twinkling Titanite. I think it's about 7 Twinkling Titanite to upgrade a weapon from plus 1 to plus 5. I can't remember for certain. So we are theoretically going to want to come back to this guy after beating Ornstein and Smo. And we're going to be aiming to buy about 7 or so, 6 or 7 Twinkling Titanite shards from him. And once we've bought 6 or 7 Twinkling Titanite shards from him, we're going to kill him. For his weapon. Which, unfortunately for him, is really good. Your location. We're going to run across the way and set our bonfire to the one that is at Lucatiel, so that we have 7 Estus flasks for the Ornstein. So we have 10 Estus flasks for the Ornstein and Smo fight. I don't know why I said 7 there. Maybe because I was talking about the blacksmithing earlier. I don't know. The forest? I've completely forgotten. The Ring of Steel Protection is a very solid option for SL1. With Seath, the problem is, once again, getting to him. But that's more because this area is long than anything else. It's not overtly hard. Okay, whew. Here we go. Stretch it out. Wish me luck. Oh, you know, in terms of compiling a highlight reel, I should be allowing all of these boss fight introduction scenes to play. Dang it. I can splice them in from some other footage of somebody else playing the game, it's fine. Ow. So this fight is entirely about Ornstein does weird stuff. Smo does, like, a few normal things. So the whole fight is just about keeping a good eye on Smo while we deal with whatever kind of mood Ornstein happens to be in. And we'll be running into sneak hits on Ornstein whenever we can. But we have to watch out for Ornstein doing, like, charging attacks that wind up coming in at really weird angles. Because his momentum gets really strange if he gets caught behind terrain while he's performing certain attacks. He's got his classic slow lightning. Smo's tracking is not, like, that big a deal. Okay, taking that hit was maybe inadvisable. Okay, we recovered. That was really dicey. So I need to trigger attacks from Smo routinely to make sure that he's, like, being manageable. Because anytime Smo is just, like, plodding around, he could do anything. And that's not great. I want Smo to be commit to an attack animation, and the time where I want to go in for a hit on Ornstein. Got a little blocked up there. Okay, so there, my roll got a little caught on Ornstein while I was trying to, like, keep away from Smo's attack. Need to be very patient. Okay, I did not want to take that lightning hit. That's a bummer. Ornstein's doing some real weird stuff in the background there. Okay. This is why we came in with 10 Estus. Anytime we can get 2 hits on Ornstein in quick succession, he's going to stagger, which is really great. That's phase 2. Okay. One-on-one, it's time for Smo to go Smolo. We want to do like a double rollout thing there. Run in, hit him again. He sometimes loves like looping on that attack, which is really ideal. That one I think we can technically stand close to and get him. I just don't remember. Like, I legitimately don't remember if I can actually do that or not. I think he does a lightning charge after... Okay, no, he doesn't do like anything extra afterwards. Yeah, 2 rolls gets us out of that. We run back in. We smack him. We hope he does the same damn thing. He doesn't want to. Run around that. Whiff. We want to roll back in on that one when he's doing the swing. We'll get under it. It's pretty nice. Yeah, anytime he wants to loop like this is really comfortable. We might be able to get in 2 hits, but I'm not, like, chancing it. I'm going to take this nice and slow. Of course, for the second phase, we won't get any, like, cool stuns or anything. He ain't going to stagger. He's a big boy. I mean, it's kind of like what he's famous for. Not staggering. Although I suppose people don't use... Giant Dad is not a Smo build. Okay, we're a little cornered, so instead of taking an attack there, I'm just going to get to the right side of him. We like to see the butt slam. One more, please. Thank you. And that's Ornstein and Smo beat on the first attempt. That is awesome. Woo! Yeah, I can be pretty good at Dark Souls sometimes. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you've played the game through SL1 like 4 times. Let me see some hype, please. I would like a couple of emotes, just like go crazy. Feel like a little bit of kudos will help my heart rate slow down a bit. Because even when you're doing like what's ultimately really casual loops on Super Smo, it's still like, man, I could screw up at any time and that would suck. Okay, now we have the Lord Vessel, which is pretty cool. We can now warp back to Firelink and place the Lord Vessel. We need to place the Lord Vessel to open up new areas. And for placing the Lord Vessel, we don't give a shit about talking to Big Snaky Boy, so we're just gonna jump on down here. Now, you can do this freely. He actually perceives it as a betrayal and assumes you sided with Darkstalker Kath. Yeah, that was a very, very clean Ornstein and Smo. So we place the Lord Vessel, and let's see, with that done, it's a question of what to work on first. There's a lot of things going on.